Welcome to Royal Secrets. Harry and Meghan are demoted to the bottom of the royal family's website, where they are positioned next to Prince Andrew, who was humiliated, and other lesser royals. Along with the scandal-plagued Prince Andrew, Harry and Meghan have been relegated to the bottom of the royal family website. Prior to this, links to the Duke and Duchess of Sussex's pages were positioned roughly halfway down the page, above junior royals and below senior royals. The Duke and Duchess of Gloucester and Princess Alexandra are now listed below Harry and Meghan after the homepage was modified in the wake of the Queen's passing earlier this month. Both the working royals Prince Michael of Kent and his wife Marie-Christine have been completely erased off the page. It happens at a time when King Charles is rumored to be preparing a slimmed-down monarchy throughout his reign because he thinks the public does not want to pay for a royal family that is always growing. The Queen's relatives, Princess Alexandra, the Duke of Kent, and the Duke of Gloucester, are all still active members and continue to be listed on the website. More than 200 public appearances by the Kents have all been paid for by their own household rather than by tax dollars. After previously occupying the space below the Prince and Princess of Wales and the Wessexes and the Princess Royal, the Sussexes were initially shifted down the page some 15 months ago. It happens at a time when Harry and Meghan are rumored to have left England without settling their disagreements with King Charles and Prince William and returned to California the day after the Queen's death. There was a joint engagement with Meghan and Kate visiting flowers and memorials at Windsor in the days preceding the Queen's royal burial, and Harry and William stood side by side with their father as he grieved the loss of his mother. But it is still unclear whether this tenuous ceasefire will last, particularly since Harry's autobiography is scheduled to be published later this year. The Sussexes spent the night of the funeral on Monday at Frogmore Cottage in Windsor, but they were said to be returning to California as soon as possible to be with Archie, 3, and Lilibet, 1, after a 2-week absence. But the couple is still awaiting word on whether or not the titles of Prince and Princess would be bestowed upon their 2 children as the monarch's grandchildren after her passing. The Sussex children are eligible for the Prince, Princess, and HRH titles. Archie and Lilibet's titles have not yet changed, despite William and Kate's being titled to Prince and Princess of Wales. A representative for Buckingham Palace said, "Updating Liv on a website doesn't exactly function. As soon as we receive information, we will begin updating the webpage." It occurs as Margaret Cho, a comedian and actor, is set to appear on Meghan's Archetypes podcast again the following week. For the duration of the Queen's period of mourning, the Duchess had stopped publishing new episodes of her Spotify podcast. But on Tuesday, October 4th, Archetypes will return with a discussion of Asian American stereotypes in the media. Since its debut on August 23, 3 complete episodes of the audio series have been made available, containing interviews with professional tennis player Serena Williams, pop artist Mariah Carey, and most recently, actor and producer Mindy Kaling on September 6. In late 2020, Meghan and Harry agreed to a lucrative contract to host and create podcasts with the dominant audio streaming service. The deal is thought to be worth about $25 million, £18 million. Comedians Ziwa Fumito and actress-writer Robin Thede are expected to appear as additional guests. Through dialogues between Meghan and historians, professionals, and women who have been typecast, Archetypes aims to investigate labels that try to keep women back. The duality of diva and the misconception of ambition are only a couple of the titles of recent episodes. Royal mourning was over 7 days after the Queen's state burial yesterday. The Queen passed away the day before the Sussexes were scheduled to take a flight back to Montecito, California, where they lived. The Sussexes were in the UK attending non-royal charity events at the time. Following his grandmother's passing, Harry and his brother William managed to come to a tenuous understanding by going on a walkabout among well-wishers in Windsor. As she was transported from Buckingham Palace to Westminster Hall to lie in state for 4 days, the brothers likewise walked side by side. However, the days preceding the state funeral were rife with controversy. Harry was shocked to learn that Meghan was not welcome to fly up to Balmoral with him to be by his dying grandmother's bedside. He allegedly declined his father's request to join him for dinner at his adjacent private residence, Berkeley, later on. The king appeared to extend the olive branch to the couple in his first speech to the nation as king. Others, though, thought it was simply a PR ploy to promote harmony in the hours following the Queen's passing. In the days leading up to the funeral, Harry was reportedly forbidden from donning military garb, and he and Meghan were also not invited to the King's reception at Buckingham Palace for VIPs like foreign royalty, prime ministers, and presidents. When William invited his brother and sister-in-law to join him and wife Kate on the walkabout in Windsor as a demonstration of unity for the Queen, it seemed as though a ceasefire had been reached, but the body language suggested the gap was still very much open. It comes as a series of astounding claims regarding the Duke and Duchess have been made in two brand new bombshell books. The New Royals by Katie Nicholl alleges that the couple had wanted to relocate to a suite of apartments at Windsor Castle, but were instead granted Frogmore Cottage. According to reports, Harry and Meghan had their sights set on a home in the Queen's Berkshire estate, but were let down. In an excerpt that was first printed in the Mail on Sunday, Nicholl said, when Harry and Meghan announced their wish to move out of Kensington Palace, the Queen offered them Frogmore Cottage in Windsor Great Park as their new home. They had hoped for a particular set of apartments at Windsor Castle, but this was not it. Although she passed away in 2020, Lady Elizabeth Anson remembered it as a kind act. She remarked, "The cottage was a major thing. Their cottage is very adjacent to the Queen's entrance to the gardens. Essentially, it is her backyard, her private space, and her seclusion. By giving Harry and Meghan Frogmore Cottage, she was giving that up. We all believed that she had acted extremely boldly. I hope they'll respect it," she said. The couple finally moved in April 2019. Then, the royal household, or in other words, Harry and Meghan's office, was transferring from Kensington Palace to Buckingham Palace, which was revealed by Buckingham Palace the next month. Nicholl notes that the decision was particularly noteworthy because it put an end to Harry and William's double act and was very sad for the Queen. Elsewhere, according to Nicholl, the late Queen was taken aback that divorcee Meghan chose a white wedding gown and reprimanded the Duchess for criticizing a cook who was making her a special dinner. Although the Queen had concerns about the stark white of Meghan Markle's Givenchy dress, created by Claire Waite Keller, the author stated that Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's wedding day was a fantastic success. The Queen was taken aback when Meghan chose to wear only white on her wedding day, a source said. She believes that if you've been married before, you should wear off-white on your wedding day, just like the Duchess of Cornwall did. This may be a generational thing. The Queen, however, made an effort to get to know the new Duchess since she was eager to encourage anyone getting married into her family. Meghan's straightforward approach had even caught the Queen's attention, she continued. One insider claims that during a visit to Windsor Castle for a menu sampling during the engagement period, Meghan got into a heated argument with a staff member. According to the source, when Meghan visited the palace to sample some of the food, she informed one of the caterers that she could taste egg.